Being ghosted moves through 3 emotional stages. As I describe them, count how many you've been through. Stage 1: Rationalization. At first, you make excuses for them. They must be busy. Maybe their phone broke. Something must have happened. You're not doubting them, you're protecting them. Because it's easier to believe in a person with reasons than a person who left. Stage 2: Self-blame. But as time passes, the direction shifts. What did I do wrong? You reread the last conversation dozens of times. Did that comment hurt them? Was I too much that day? You start interpreting their silence as evidence of your own flaws. Stage 3: Shutdown. And the final stage. I'm never reaching out first again. Everyone does this eventually. One ghosting experience rewrites the rules for every relationship after it. Here's what's strange. If they had just said, "I don't want this anymore," it would be over. So why does someone who said nothing stay in your head for years? A breakup hurts, but it has an ending. Ghosting hurts, and it doesn't. The reason for that difference is sitting inside your brain right now. Do you know why Netflix always ends episodes at the most exciting moment? Unfinished. Our brains cannot tolerate an incomplete story. Psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik proved this in the 1920s. She observed waiters and found they could perfectly recall orders from tables that hadn't paid yet. But the moment the bill was settled, they forgot those orders almost instantly. This is called the Zeigarnik Effect. Our brains hold on to unfinished things until they're resolved. A breakup closes the loop. When your brain receives the signal it's over, it can process and move forward. But ghosting leaves the loop permanently open. Why? What did I do? Is this even finished? Your brain keeps retrieving that person, trying to close the file. The harder you try to forget, the more often they appear. That's not weakness. That's an open loop your brain refuses to abandon. People who've been ghosted describe it like this. It felt like my chest caved in. Like something was physically missing. I couldn't breathe properly. Interestingly, these aren't literary expressions. Your brain is literally registering this as pain. In 2003, a UCLA research team ran an fMRI experiment. Participants were placed in a scenario where they were suddenly excluded mid-game. The results were striking. The moment of exclusion activated the exact same brain regions that process physical pain. The brain handles social rejection and physical pain through the same circuits. What you feel after being ghosted is never an overreaction. Your brain is sending real pain signals. Ghosting rarely stops at one experience. That silence can rewire the way you approach every relationship after. 3 patterns. Pattern 1. Hypersensitive detection. You start scanning every small behavior for ghosting signals. A slightly delayed reply and your brain fires an alarm. Are they disappearing too? Moments that should feel exciting start feeling like warnings. Pattern 2. Preemptive withdrawal. Before they can leave, you go cold first. It feels like self-protection, but it's fear of ghosting reshaping your behavior. Pattern 3. You stop trusting people. The belief that everyone leaves eventually solidifies and you start quietly moving away from relationships altogether. One ghosting experience can shake the entire way you see people. So what can you actually do? If the person who left won't close the loop, you have to close it yourself. First, put it in writing. This relationship is over. I don't know why, but it's over. The brain processes written conclusions as actual closure signals. It feels strange, but write it anyway. It works. Second, stop asking, "What did I do wrong?" Ghosting is a reflection of how that person handles discomfort, not evidence of your flaws. The decision to disappear was theirs. The meaning you assign to that silence is yours to reclaim. Third, after being ghosted, observe how you show up in the next relationship. Are you scanning for warning signs? Going cold before they can? The moment you can see those patterns, you stop letting one person's silence rewrite your future. But here's the thing. Ghosting leaves you without answers. And when there are no answers, people start questioning themselves. Was it my fault? Was I too sensitive? But some people take it much further. They don't just leave you confused. They make you doubt your own memory, your own judgment, and eventually yourself. That's called gaslighting. That's what we're covering next. This is Love Game Lab.